Big offensive lineman decided to come back to Alabama. Well, I guess he never really left, but second thoughts, maybe didn't work this one through. Who knows what happened, but Pritchard is coming back to the Crimson Tide where he never really left. We're going to talk about that. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Let's get this thing going. It's good news for the Crimson Tide as they get set to play in the Rose Bowl against Michigan. We thought he was leaving. Now he's staying. You can't lose those interior linemen, and we don't want to lose you guys as well. If you're not part of what we're doing here on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Roll Tide, everybody. Roll Tide! What do you say, everybody? I'm Mick Gillespie, and welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe, as I mentioned before, at Broadcaster Mick on all of the socials. I leave the house, and all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up. Hey, you got to change the video. He's not leaving. He's changed his mind. Okay, well, that's great news. I was all about it. I honestly, it was really hard for me to figure out why Pritchard would want to leave Alabama. I get it. You didn't win the job over Proctor, but dude, you have got a great career ahead. You're going to play next year. You're going to start. You held your own, and you've played in every single game. It's not like Alabama's looking at you and going, this guy, he's not any good. He's not going to play. You're building into being a guy, and that's what you want to do. You can go somewhere else and get blown up all the time. But when you're part of the best, it sometimes takes a little bit of progress to get where you want. And you've actually had a good season. You played in a ton of games, and it's not like anyone's ignoring you. You're part of the future plans. And I'm sure that's what Coach Nick Saban said when he saw that Pritchard was going to transfer, former 5-star prospect, 4-star with some publications, but one of the top offensive linemen in the country, and a guy that's held his own. I mean, no one looked at him and thought, hey, he's going to be a guy who's not going to play. It's all about like, hey, he's helping out now. Next year he's as a starter. And then the year after that, he's a big time pick in the NFL draft, right? So this is a good thing for Alabama for a few reasons. First off, you just don't want to see Nick Saban starting to lose guys who are going to contribute. Pritchard, he contributed. He's a guy that Alabama relied on. I know he's a redshirt freshman, but he played a little bit last year, and he's played a lot this year. It hasn't been the minutes that maybe he wants, but he's been in a bunch of games. Like, he's someone that constantly is coming in and contributing. The second thing is this is how you build. This is how you learn. Not every program is Alabama. And when Pritchard was coming to Alabama, he said he wanted to win. Well, you're in the college football playoff. You have a chance to win a championship. A lot of guys that have come through the capstone have won championships. But part of winning is the fact that there are good players that are ahead of you. You got to earn that spot. Go somewhere else. That maybe they throw some money at you, but is that going to make you a better player right now? And where's the payoff? Is it right now, or is it when you get into the NFL? Or is it learning how to be successful? Or is it winning a position on a team that's great every year and a group that is the reason why they're good every year? So I just thought that this was a good sign in so many different areas. I'm sure that when Coach Nick Saban saw this, he was probably as surprised as me. And I talked about it earlier today on the video. You can't lose your interior lineman and look at it and go, hey, we're going to succeed. And it's not like there's a bunch of guys ahead of them. I mean, there's like 3 other tackles on the entire roster for next year. So he's the 4th guy. He's going to play. And that's why I'm really excited about this. Sometimes you make a decision like this, you think you're making the right decision. And then when it gets out there, your parents get involved, your family gets involved, you start to think about it and you go, yeah, probably an impulse decision. Maybe I didn't realize how important I was to the roster and to the team. you got a chance to win a national championship. Only 4 teams can say that right now. And you're part of the best college football dynasty in the history of the game. And there's been some good ones. I mean, think about the history of college football. You know, Minnesota won 3 straight championships. Nebraska's had a dynasty. Miami's had a dynasty. Alabama's had the Bear Bryant dynasty. This dynasty right now is the creme de la creme. It's the best it's ever been as far as dynasties. No one's ever seen the success over this amount of time that Nick Saban's had. And think of all the millionaires that he's made. So, Pritchard, you got an opportunity to make a lot of money, but you also got an opportunity to learn from the very best. So that's the good news. We're excited about it. We're happy. All of you guys that commented and said, hey, Mick, look, this is what's going on. I already knew, but I appreciate it. I love the fact that you guys are passionate about Alabama, and I am too. Since I went to school, when, you know, Gene Stallings, I guess that ages me. Gene Stallings was head coach when I got there. I went through some lean years, and I'm like you guys, I'm passionate about this. And I don't want to see this kind of guy end up at Florida State or USC or Colorado. I want him staying right in Tuscaloosa, where he's opening holes for Justice Haynes and the rest of this offense, Jalen Milroe, next year. So thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Make sure that you, again, like and subscribe. I want to remind you, too, that our show is brought to you by New Life Art. Use the promo code Bama Tailgate. And if you do that right now, and I know a lot of you want that new Gravedigger print, maybe you want Crimson Legacy, whatever it is, use Bama Tailgate. You get 15% off of your order when you do so. So take advantage of our discount code when you go there and pick it out. Another that I want to tell you about is our friend Chad Anderson. Right now, he is enjoying life in the Magic Kingdom, but he'll be back and he'll be talking about Alabama with us here on the channel. You know about him, 10,000 families, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, that he's helped get into new homes. Also, he's an investment consultant and an Airbnb expert. Find out more at This Chat Is Real on the socials. And finally, last but not least, this time of year or any time of year, it's always great to go to Pearl River Resort and kick it, as we used to say, at the Timeout Sports Lounge. You can bet on Alabama and the college football playoff, the NFL, NHL, NBA. All major sports are there. They've got all the great TVs at the Timeout Sports Lounge. They got the kiosks. They've got a spa if you bring the family. Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. It's the Augusta you can play. Find out for yourself at Pearl River Resort. And all of us are pretty stoked that Pritchard is staying with the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide, everybody.